Anyway, Project Moon. This is about... I don't really know how this is a longer video than the Egos one, as it skills and stagger intro video. I don't know what the fuck you want, how you gotta explain stagger, like you can stagger the enemy. Fair enough. But Limbus Company, 4 combat mechanics, episode 4, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Skills and staggers. Subtitles on, let's go. I don't have the brain capacity right now. So, in Limbus Company, combat is played using the dashboard at the bottom of the screen. I won't read slowly. One column is set for each identity in their things, and you give orders to them by chaining their skills. Depending on the affinities of the chain skill, certain passive abilities may activate, those of which you can utilize to stagger and defeat your enemies more easily. In this video, you'll be introduced to how skills are lined up on the dashboard, as well as passives and the stagger and the stagger state that have influence on your battles. Okay. Combat and Limbus Company is operated via the dashboard, which is this piece of shit right there, to form a chain of skills, also referred to as sins. At the beginning of the battle, there will be one column for each participating sinner. Yes, 4 characters, 4 rows. Oh, sorry, columns. True. I don't know the difference. I'm dumb. With each passing turn, a new column is added for one random sinner, up to a maximum of 12. Can't you have 5 sinners? But you can get to a max of 12. So if you have 5 characters, someone doesn't get 3. Or 2 of them don't get 3. Do I know how to math? No, one of them just doesn't get 3 if you have 5 characters. Can you have 5? Am I maybe hallucinating that? I can't remember. But you can have a lot of things. You can do a lot of stuff. When a sinner has already gained a new column, they will not receive another until all their allies have gained one of their own. So it takes a few turns to get one character to have multiple. Once every sinner has an additional column on the dashboard, they are all once again eligible to gain another one. Skills are randomly selected from each sinner's skill set and placed on the dashboard. So that character has that skill set. Who's this? Yi Sang. Yi Sang has got a thrust. Some sort of Skamar's ability, and then some sort of jibber jabber. I don't know what the fuck to call it. Use skills are treated as discarded until their entire skill has been spent. Aha. I see. So you have a... So you have a certain amount of these things. So what, you're rolling the dice on like which skills you'll pull? Like at the start of every round, you're just like, hey, roll the dice. Oh, I pulled all skill A's? Ah, shit, dude. I'm not really sure how to feel about that. That's just, I guess, more RNG, if you want, I guess. As discarded until the entire skill set has been spent, which will then it'll be refilled. Once you use all of them, they'll be refilled. Sure. Keep note of your sinner's skill sets to know when and how you can aim for a strong resonance. It's fine. That's really all it is. Combat and supportive abilities. So if it's 5 characters, the last 2 will have 1 less column, I think. Yeah. Mathematically, I don't know how that works because I'm not good at maths, but it works. These are known as passive abilities. To the left, passives can be unlocked as your sinner levels up. Combat passives and support passives. Yep. Sinners have in battle have a combat passive, and those not directly participating provide and aid with supports. Huh? Why are characters who aren't in the battlefield doing anything at all? Why the fuck would... Why is that a thing? If they're not in the battle, don't have them do anything. What is it? So just having... If you just have every character in the game, you're going to be at a technical advantage? It's probably going to explain in just a second as to why the fuck that is. But just on paper, saying that your active characters have active passives, and then your characters that you're not using have support passives, and they all contribute to the fight, just feels like having characters is going to be at the forefront of your mind, because you just need to get them to have their passives active. Yikes, eh? In Limbus Company, passives activate when certain types of resonances are made. Okay. By analyzing your available skill sets and possible chains, you can activate different passives at key moments to lead your battle, or to lead the battle in your favor. I'm sure you could. I'm sure you could do that. Staggering. You will find a stagger threshold on the health bar. Is that white line that's super difficult to see? Is that it? Fair enough. Staggering units cannot act and are vulnerable. Oh, their HP goes left to right? Oh, yuck. That's disgusting. You can further amplify the damage today. Do note that this will not extend the duration of the stagger. Oh no, it's like a circle. Wait, it's a circle? The HP goes in a circle? Is it? No, it's not. What the fuck are these HP bars? Put it above their heads. What the fuck is happening? Yeah, fair enough. A good way to neutralize your opponent is to kill them. Learn your Sinner's skills and abilities in advance, ensuring that you can make the most of their passives and Sin resonances. Throw your enemies into stagger, thus preventing whatever powerful moves they may have prepared. Doing all this will raise your likelihood of victory. If you play the game and you try to win, you will most likely take the W. Assuming it's like in BA? Yeah, I've never played BA though. Yeah, this didn't really help with understanding much. I don't know why. I got no real problem with anything apart from this is just odd. You roll the dice on seeing which skills you'll get, and like chaining. You obviously want to chain the same ones. So if you get the wrong one at a certain point, it'll just fuck your chain up. I guess I don't fucking know. I just find it weird. But I guess the only redeeming part is that it's like it's not like an infinite RNG loop. It's like you've got a consumption amount. So if you get rid of, let's say you use both of your skill Bs and skill C, then you'll be able to do a 4 chain of skill A, and thus probably deal more damage. That's probably the only gameplay loop that I can see there being interesting. Other than that, it's just going to revolve around you hoping for the best. But I guess it's fine. I don't fucking care. I will say though, I don't really vibe or mesh. Where is it? The upgrading UI looks a bit. I can't understand it, but I feel like, you know, there's a certain point. And this is just me. I've said this before many a time in other games. Sometimes I feel like you should sacrifice themes, the thematic power of your game, for a bit of practicality, and then in other situations you should sacrifice practicality for thematic. I feel like this is one of the situations where you can sacrifice a bit of the theme of the game to maybe make the UI look, I don't know, maybe better. Not really. I can see a plus button here. That's probably the level up button. That's about it. I'm assuming that's the actual level. But there's level here. Maybe this is Ascension. Can't really gauge what the fuck's happening here. Can't really gauge shit. 1, 2, 3. Is that your skills? Just the numbers 1, 2, 3 on your board. You got his stats down here. This is what I mean. Just sometimes you can sacrifice the theme of it just a bit to make it look a little bit nicer and cleaner and be a bit more obvious. Sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes you can sacrifice the theme for a bit of practicality. But hey, I'm probably wrong. Well, I'll probably go with that, eh? Why not? And then the passive character thing, I just don't get that. I just don't get the point of it. You know, if you had, like, the active passives for the characters on the field, makes sense to me. You have passives that you can activate doing certain things with the characters that are on the field. But doing it for characters that aren't on the field doesn't seem like it's overly fucking interesting. Or it's rather, it could be, it is interesting, it could be interesting, but it doesn't seem overly, per se, fair? Because you just get all the characters and then you can just have free reign, and you don't have to really structure your team in any regards, right? Because then you'll just be able to activate passives. Now, I don't know how strong the passives are, but it just feels weird to be able to activate passives that aren't on the fucking field right now. It's the only thing I'm not really liking about this. The stagger thing is fine. The stagger, you can stagger a character, you weaken them, whatever.